Hello, Forrester CX attendees. Thanks so much for tuning into this brief session. Email in the modern data stack, using your data warehouse to power customer engagement. My name is Will Devlin, and I'm the head of marketing at MessageGears. I'm going to apologize upfront for going hard on the memes in the next 10 minutes, but I figured they'd be more relatable than chart after chart after chart. So here we go. A few years ago, MessageGears did a survey where we were able to quantify this phenomenon where essentially nobody was happy with the results they were getting with their marketing clouds and campaign management tools, but they felt stuck with those vendors. How many of you relate to this? We see it all the time. Let's take a quick ride in the time machine to talk about why that is. Now, remember how foreign the 1950s felt to Marty McFly and Back to the Future? And when he got there from the 1980s, that was a 30-year gap, but it felt like a lifetime, right? Well, we're not going to go back 30 years, but we're going to get close, about 20 to 25 years to the turn of the century. It was a different world. Remember all this stuff? This is vintage today. Friends just had a reunion special, right? You had the Nokia phones. DVDs were just coming on board. The TVs were big. They had the tubes in the back. This image of Santana's Supernatural album here in the bottom right, I had to get from vintagemusic.com, right? And inboxes at this time, they were primitive, right? Most people used AOL or Hotmail or Outlook. And a lot of the mailings from brands were newsletter blasts that were light on imagery, personalization, and relevance. As a brand, you didn't do much personalization here. Maybe you got fancy and you did first name or something as a real trendsetter, but the same message went to whoever signed up to get the messages from you. If you're using a marketing cloud, I hate to tell you, but the email software that lives under that cloud was born in this same era to solve for those problems. And even if you're not on a marketing cloud, the way any email service provider works today is out of date. It's vintage, and that's not the good kind of vintage. The world's clearly different. So, why do we do email marketing the same that we've been doing it for over 20 years? It's time for a change. Let's think of some of the biggest brands that are thriving today. Best Buy, for example. They don't sell anything you can't buy somewhere else. But during COVID, their stock hit an all time high, and they were able to quickly roll out innovative programs like curbside pickup to service their customers' needs. It's no small feat for a brand this big, but they understand that consumers today are loyal to brands that give them great digitally led experiences. Expedia is another one. They have to deliver relevance to every customer and traveler. They need to utilize your travel history, rewards information, flight data and preferences, loyalty points for hotels, gate changes, etc., etc. And they need to make sure that that messaging is consistent no matter where you check in with them. These things used to be wow moments for them, but we sort of expect it at this point because they're so good at it. They've transitioned from creating wow moments to just always delivering magical ones. And that's why they're a leader in the travel space. They make you feel like you're their only customer, even though they've got millions of them. And listen, I visit Chick-fil-A a lot. And I can't remember the last time I visited a Chick-fil-A without using their app first. The convenience factor and getting consistently great experiences I get no matter where I interact and how I interact with them keeps me coming back. And obviously, the chicken's pretty great too. But what these brands have in common is that today brands that have millions of customers know that they need to create experiences that utilize a bunch of information. You need to know every customer who they are, you need to know what they want, when they want it, and where they want it. And the marketing tools you're using are outdated, and these things cause data friction. And I'm here to tell you, data friction is bad. It's holding you back. Traditional marketing tech stacks are generally a complex set of tools that serve different purposes and all require data to be sent and stored with them in order to operate. Businesses' core central data warehouse, whether it's an older in-house database or a more modern cloud one like Snowflake or BigQuery, lives off to the side for many marketing organizations. And marketers have invested in tools that ultimately create silos of customer and engagement data that somehow has to then be fed back into the central database. Even when this is working like it's supposed to, it's inefficient and it's costly. You've got all this data you're trying to put to work as a brand, but you're having to make copies of it to send to your various tools that live outside, far away from where that data lives natively. And this is tough. Here's a live shot of a real marketer right now thinking about how they're going to execute a timely, relevant, and truly creative campaign. It's causing major headaches. All right, so let's go back to the future. What does email and mobile marketing look like in the modern world? Well, Message Gears, we're the only data connected customer engagement platform built for businesses that market to millions of customers. Our solution is built around three core tenets. Number one, access. Marketers can access all of their customer data securely and in real time without copying, syncing, or mapping because we connect directly to that data. Marketers can then use that live data for segmentation and activation on any channel. And finally, marketers can deploy email and mobile marketing campaigns at massive scale thanks to our native execution capabilities within the platform. We alleviate data friction by putting the marketer's data at the center of our platform. And we pioneered this for customer engagement, but things are heading this direction quickly in the macro environment. Brands are investing in tools and building a modern data stack that plugs directly into their source of truth that they've already invested in. This has real benefits for you as a brand. So here's four things that go away with data connected solutions like Message Gears. The first one, waiting days for data to sync between systems. Gone are the days where it takes hours or even days to get customer data from that data warehouse to your marketing tool. Remember, those tools weren't built for today's world. That's why it's hard to use them to be great in today's world. It used to take Home Depot 7 days to get a personalized offer from their data warehouse up to their marketing cloud and out the door. No more of that. They can get things sent within an hour using Message Gears because it's plugged right into the data. This has already saved them 60% in marketing software costs and has already yielded a 15% increase in email engagement. The second thing you won't have to put up with, long, painful migrations. Another reason why people re-up with tools that they hate, they'd rather do that than go through the headache of moving to a new platform. We've actually talked to brands that have had to renew with their vendor before they were fully implemented with that vendor, which is insane. It was a concern for Best Buy as well, but they realized that because Message Gears takes the data mapping, the syncing, and the movement out of the equation and utilizes your data in the format and in the place that it's already in, migrating from a marketing cloud to Message Gears isn't all that painful. And in fact, they were able to start sending live messages within a few weeks of connecting, and they now send over 1 billion personalized marketing messages every month. The third thing, spending too much time and money on platforms and tools. This whole thing here, this is expensive. You're paying for campaign management tools, CDPs, email tools, mobile tools. A lot of people are paying for tools and they only use about 20% of the functionality that they're paying for. Consolidating into MessageGear's data connected engagement solution was a game changer for OpenTable. They saw a 20% reduction in marketing technology spend as they eliminated wasteful tools they weren't even using. And they've seen a 15% lift in customer lifetime value thanks to better messaging sent at the right time to their customers. And finally, you're not going to have to put up with limited personalization and relevance at scale anymore. You have to find a way to make each one of your individual people that does business with you feel like they're the only customer you have. The more customers you have, the harder this is going to be. But we talked earlier about Expedia that does a great job of this. Well, using message gears across their brands, they can personalize in dozens of languages and send offers based on everything they know about you as a customer in real time. They also created operational efficiencies because a single campaign can be used across multiple brands. Their KPIs have increased almost 40%. Everybody ends up looking like this. It's goodness for all. Your customers look like this. They're thrilled. Your marketing teams look like this. Data and IT teams, hell, your execs, they're happy. We did a total economic impact study with Forrester last year. They found that on average, organizations see 413% return on investment and achieve $8.5 million in net present value over a 3-year period by using Message Gears. And we made our debut in this year's email marketing service provider wave from Forrester, where we were named a strong performer thanks to our ability to directly connect to the data and let brands use it effectively for marketing. The world's leading brands are all in on Message Gears. We'd love to talk to you about how we can help move you to the future of customer marketing as well. All right. Thanks for bearing with me and my memes. Look, I'd love to chat more. At Message Gears, we firmly believe that tech should liberate, not limit. So let's make a change. Come see the Message Gears crew at booth 324 if you're in Nashville at Forrester CX in person. You can grab a t-shirt, you can chat for a few minutes. We're excited to meet everybody. If you're in the virtual stage, come to messagegears.com and chat with us there, or you can email me directly at will.devlin@messagegears.com. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.